Hey, everyone. Testing, testing. Hope everyone's doing well. Well, I wanted to just start off to talk about the stock market today is very disappointing. I know the futures are up. I was hoping that in late April, early May, it was going to be the buying opportunities. I think we're around those lows again. Once again, the P/E ratios of the indices, many companies are not high. They're in the teens. The economy doesn't seem like it's really contracting. Unemployment rates are not going up. So I really just don't see a downturn of 50-60% from the peak. I mean, they're going to call it a bear market. There's a lot of fear, but usually you want to buy in when everybody is under anxiety. So I'm having my fingers crossed. I really do see a summer rally. Just stay optimistic. All right, everybody. I just want to point out the other thing is the 2022 Nevada election. And look, it's not looking really good. I know there's a lot of great primary candidates. I just don't see them doing very well, a lot of them, particularly for governor and Senate. If I can make a prediction, man, because I've been canvassing, I've been getting out there, it's a combination of, like, why aren't these amazing candidates aren't polling so well? Now, again, we can't believe that the polls are really accurate, but they give you still a good probability of what is going to happen or something pretty close. And the fact is, the polls are not looking good. They're just suggesting that it's going to be the same old establishment. You-know-whats are going to win the Senate and the governorship. Have your head up high for lieutenant governor and attorney general, treasury. I think there's some great candidates. I think they're going to win. However, as far as those two races concerned, I'm not too optimistic. And again, I'm also not optimistic about the Senate, because I can tell you that the Senate is not looking very well. And not to mention the county commission, too. There's a lot of great county commissioners, but they're not campaigning very well. I'm not seeing a lot of signs. It's not looking really good. But given Biden's approval rating and everything, we can not only see a huge red wave in the state of Nevada considering what happened, but a tsunami compared to what we saw in 2014. Because remember, 2014 is when the party took over the three branches of government. However, the question is not whether who's going to be in charge. More of it, I think, is going to be, will it really make a difference? Because I have a feeling that powers to be, the deep state, Wall Street crooked elements that hijack the casinos, unions, developers, they're putting a lot of money into Republicans. And they're trying to make sure that Lombardo is going to be another Sisolak, another Sandoval. They're going to raise taxes. They're going to put all these horrible policies when people least expect it. Just like I believe that there's a pretty good chance that Joe Biden, when less likely people expected that he's going to cut Social Security, despite the fact that he keeps saying Republicans are the party of anti-Social Security. Think about that. I believe they're going to keep pumping a lot of money into their campaigns. They're going to be pushing it really hard. So what can we do at this point? Because I know that these people who are great people, they're not campaigning well. They're not getting their name out. A lot of people don't know who they are. They don't have good strategy. I mean, as far as the governor and the Senate race, we have so many candidates, it's just splitting the vote. Maybe this was all intentionally designed. You had Sherrell and Sam Brown. It's better if only one of them ran against Laxalt. And then you had 16 for the gubernatorial primary. It's better if it was just Gilbert and Lombardo. Because I know there's a pretty good chance Lombardo is not going to get 50% of the vote. So maybe it's better if they have a second primary, so they have the first two runner-up. So if Gilbert makes it second, then maybe he has a chance of beating Lombardo in the secondary primary. But that's just not how the system works. And I'm pretty much assured that the GOP leader, especially Michael McDonald, he really wants Lombardo. which means it's going to be more of the status quo. More big money Jim Murren funding, how they handled Route 91, sanctuary cities. His track record is horrible. Now you have to ask yourself, why is Trump endorsing him? It's a pretty good question. Maybe he wants him to get in so then he gets humiliated once he's governor, and then they'll find a way to just blow the bubble up. I probably would have done the same. I just saw Mindy Robinson confront Joe Lombardo. It's absolutely ridiculous. You have to really understand how dirty the system really is. But once again, I keep telling you guys, folks, the issue is not really the politicians. Now, I think the best thing to do in terms of voting is you have to get 5 really good folks into the legislature, because they will be a huge decider whether we get tax increases or all these bad laws through, or we can repeal the bad ones. If we can get 5 really good ones who are not establishment types, look at their donors, make sure that they're not, whatever you want to call them, rhinos or whatever. You want to make sure that you get those 5 people involved. Again, they win by just very few hundred votes. That can really, really make the difference. And frankly, that can even be more powerful than governor. A lot of people don't look at that. But it's these small races that matter, along with city council, county commission. Is not really a small race, because that's the other problem. Our local government structure is horrible. 3 large city governments, so many people live in unincorporated areas, 1 county runs the whole show. It's time to restructure, man. It really is. Not just school board. Think about it. But as far as I'm really concerned, we have to still fight, we have to protest, we have to report, we have to speak out. And it's not just replacing these puppets. We have to go over these casino elites, phony labor unions, developers. Remember, these are the scums that pump this whole thing up. The tax increases, the mass immigration, the COVID BS, everything. They're the ones who did all this crap. They have to be held accountable. We don't even know how many people are not even standing up straight because of the shots. If you know what I'm talking about, if I tell you what it is, YouTube's going to take down this video. But they're not stopping the truth because the word is still getting out. So this is why this election doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. Because I know the truth is coming out. This whole system is crumbling down. I'm remaining optimistic. But it's a very uneven time I'm living in right now. Think about it. Stocks are not doing well. I thought I was going to get successful, use it to start my company. It's not easy to pay my bills. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, but I'm still getting by. It's gotten harder from the last 3 years. I've been hit by the price increases. I'm not happy with these illegals storming in and they're sending them across the country late at night. This is ridiculous, folks. When are people going to stand up? Why aren't there protests about this at the border? We're losing our country, man. It's unbelievable. And a lot of this is a numbers game. Voting elections is not easy. Just like dating, it's not a numbers game. Approach like 30 women at Fashion Show Mall, only 2 of them seem to like you. That's just how it is. But of course, we're picky too as guys because, well, we don't like a lot of the women that we see either. A lot of us don't really tell us about that. But yeah, canvassing, it is what it is. You can't get everybody to vote for you. You got to talk to a lot of people who will then support you. What do you guys think? Where we're headed on this? The primary's coming up. I'm not looking too optimistic. I know these same pieces of crap are going to win. And either they're just going to fake a run to let the incumbent win, or they're probably just going to be more of the same. It's basically you kind of say that Lombardo is just the Reid machine, Sizzlack spare tire. That's all you have to think about it. But anyway, see you guys soon. And by the way, I'm not going to even worry about the election. I'm not going to want to look at the results for the next week or so.